Go to YouTube. Let's see what's going on now. Live now. I'm not sure which one this is now. That was the 30-second one, wasn't it? So we'll delete that. Edit video. Delete. Yes, delete forever. And then go back to YouTube. Live now. Here we go. So we need to mute that, otherwise we'll hear things twice, and we need to edit the video. Save. Okay. Shut that down. Alright, here we go. Hello, good morning everybody, how are we? It's the weather here in Cardiff in the real world is absolutely dreadful. It's awful weather. It's throwing it down with rain again, and we've got another storm inbound. Storm Jorge, or George, spelt with a J. And I'm pretty bored at the moment. So I just thought I'd do a bit of controlling, and it would appear we've got, let me just open this, It appears we've got somebody at Bristol Airport. So let's just check on him. Yeah, we've got 7 Air 172 Alpha. Hopefully you'll be able to hear him when he says something. Audio for VATSIM is live, so hopefully when he calls you'll hear him. I'm just trying to figure out who it is. Oh, it's Dan Adams, our friend Dan. So he's got a flight plan. He's X11 Zulu departure, or let's say an X11 X-ray. He's put 1 Zulu. Let's see. Where am I from? I am from the United Kingdom. Let's just check. X11 X-ray is runway 27. I don't want that. Do we? 170. Maybe. Seven. That's a crosswind. Okay. Expo. Yeah. Told us they are in Canada, so I don't think it's going to get released until a bit later on today. Anyway, Bristol Airport. Cardiff radar here, so Bristol Airport's there, Cardiff is there. I've got one person on departure. He's put an X1 X-ray for runway 27. So yeah, it's preferred runways, isn't it? Hang on, Cardiff Airport, Bristol Airport, and the radar situation there. So we'll wait and see if he calls us up. So yes, I thought I would do a little bit of controlling, and then I'm going to show you around the radar screen as I see it. So starting up here, across the top here, the menu bar, which I can't zoom in on, I'm afraid, but obviously VATSIM, that's my connection. I'm Cardiff Centre, Cardiff Approach, That's my controller designation, so I'm a sensor controller. This is our voice and ATIS. That's my frequency. The open sector, I mean, I can open different things. Yeah. Cardiff radar is just telling me that's where I'm at. Again, the time is 11:15. Other set, these are all different settings in EuroScope. Then there's quick set, all different settings here. Runways in use. So the runways that I'm responsible for Cardiff and Bristol, if there's no Bristol controllers on. This is a leader, which it's that line there, that line up there, and I've just realised that there's something missing here. I don't know whether I can load this in. I think it's other set, general settings. Nope. Plugins. That's what I'm looking for. Load a plugin. Load. Interesting. What's happened to that? No, that's not it. I'm missing a plugin that I'm looking for. And it's not here. And why is it not there? I'm going to have to go and find that again. In the meantime, I'm not going to worry about it too much, but yeah, I need to go and find a plugin and put it back in. Anyway, as you can see, a bit of traffic around here. This Uber 01 and Uber 74, they are the VRAF, so they're military aircraft, so don't come under my control at all. I don't know who that is. Huge 86. So Boeing 747-200. Once again, this is VUAS SAF. So that is a military, again, from the United States. So obviously they're on some kind of exercise, these military guys, and unfortunately I will not be able to offer them any control because they come under military ATC and not civilian. So we're still, 7017 Alpha's just gone off. Just in saying that VATSIM is a bit daunting, but not as bad as he thought it was going to be. No, the thing is with VATSIM flying online, basically you're talking to real people, and that's where things become confusing. No, it's not that. That is not the confusing bit. The confusing bit is using the procedures. Because on VATSIM they use real world procedures and real world radio telephony, and you're expected to file a flight plan and be able to fly your aircraft accordingly. So there are certain expectations of people, and I suppose that can be a little bit daunting if it's the first time you've been on VATSIM. It's a lot different. Flying on VATSIM is a lot different from flying at home, just going from A to B. Because things happen very quickly in VATSIM, especially when you're having to aviate, navigate, and communicate, which is fly the aircraft, navigate the aircraft, and then communicate what you're doing. Not only communicating what you're doing, but listening to what you're being told to do and responding to that in like kind. And the simplest way to do that is by looking at CAP 14. Hang on, I've forgotten the number. I'm going to have to Google it now. CAP 413. CAP 413, which is the CAA Radio Telephony Guide or Manual. and you can find that on the internet anywhere you want to look. And the way that I learned ATC, or the way that I learned radio telephony, was I printed it off, PDF. I printed it off, the whole guide, which is a lot of pages, and I had it open at chapter 11. And chapter 11 is the chapter that takes you through a whole flight from starting your engines to landing, starting your engines, taking off, and landing, and it shows you the words that you have to use. All right, Brew. I'm the one who commented on your tour list review. I just wanted to say no hard feelings. No hard feelings from me. As I explained, I am a reviewer, but I review as a user, not as a 3D modeler, so no hard feelings at all. Justin, good morning. Yeah, you stayed up until 3 a.m. to get the tour list, of course. Yeah, it's going to be released today sometime. Darren Foe says best thing to do is jump in and probably balls it all up like we all do. True. And I did as well. Everybody does. Everybody messes up. But it's something you get good at very quickly. And the more you apply yourself, the more, the quicker you kind of learn stuff. And similarly with ATC, it's been a few years since I've done some controlling, but I've found that I quickly got back into it, and I did a little bit of reading just to make sure, because there was a couple of new procedures at Cardiff and Bristol, and nav approaches and what have you, and very quickly, I got back up to speed on the controlling side. And for those of you who don't know, I'm also a supervisor on VATSIM as well, so I do supervising, and we use different software for that. Ow! Bang my elbow. Cat 413, and also sit in a quiet part of a busy airport and listening. Yes, for sure. Or even, I was going to say listen to liveatc.net, but the problem is with liveatc.net is that you get a lot of American airports on, and Americans, whilst they follow the CAA radio telephony guidance, they're also very lazy, and you find that they say different things, or that I remember once was I listening? Or was I watching a stream? No, I was listening to liveatc.net, and I was some out of the way airport, and it was a controller said something to a pilot, wanted him to taxi somewhere, and the pilot just said, yeah, we can do that, which is not the correct way to answer or respond. You found using text easier. Biggest issue I had was hearing the controller clearly in my headset. First go, I lost the controller after takeoff. Didn't know what COM1 was. Yeah, it's also, you see, when you don't fly online, you don't use all of your aircraft's systems and capabilities. Or when you do fly online, you suddenly realize you have to tune radios and what have you. Justin, what clients are you using? What pilot clients are you using? Are you using Xquotebox or the new Xpilot? Right. Tom, have I seen the InnyBuilds A300 yet? No, I haven't, Tom. I don't even know who that is. InnyBuilds. Is that the name of the developer? Let me do a Google. I haven't seen that. InnyBuilds A300. Let's have a look. Oh, here we go. InnyBuilds announces A300 600 on the line for Xplane 11. Okay. And they had a development update on the 23rd of February. Let's have a look. They may have oh yeah, we got a development update. No, that looks nice, doesn't it? It's the A300-600RF, which I assume is the freighter. We'll have to have a look at that. Never ever heard of them. So thanks, Tom. I will have a look at that later. Second flight from Jersey to Schiphol. I got onto finals. Thought Com1 was part of the transponder I never heard of. Yeah, Xpilot. Well, you shouldn't have any problems with Xpilot, Justin, because with Xpilot the new voice codec is integrated. Now you may be having problems because they've got the VHF effect on there, but you can turn that off, and then it's like hearing somebody's. It's as if somebody sat on your shoulder. You can hear them really clearly. So you shouldn't really have a problem with that. Obviously, you've got Com1 radio, Com2, etc. So basically, you tune in the radio frequencies of the different controllers, and as you fly from one as you go from one controller to the next, you'll be notified of the frequencies, because the controller will say to you, tune to 125.85 or call center on 123.456, whatever the frequency is. So you should never have a problem with that in that respect. So I was talking about EuroScope and just kind of going across the top here. I got into here with the leader lines. I need to sort out that plugin, which I will do later. But then there's just a few more bits and pieces here, nautical miles there. I can put trails on the back of the aircraft, so you can see this one here. This was the best one to look at. If I turn that on and off, so it's just so I know the direction of the aircraft. But I do know the direction of the aircraft because of the leader line in front. But it's just in case, it's just about making it a little bit more realistic. I can identify standby aircraft. I can have them showing, but I don't want to, because then your screen gets too cluttered. And then there's flight and altitude, flight level and altitude, and transition 60,000 feet. And then we have METARs. So I've got the METAR for Bristol and the METAR for Cardiff. So that's just along the top menu bar there. Hope that's not too confusing. What map are you using for live VATSIM aircraft? I use VATScope on iPad to see where other aircraft are, but it only updates every minute or so. You probably should use VATSpy. I'll show you VATSpy. So here we are, VATSpy. Shows you where aircraft are across the country. So there's Cardiff, and you can also see the controllers that are online. I don't think you can get VATSpy on iPad though. VATtastic. I'm not quite sure what you would need for an iPad. I think VATtastic works on iPad. But on a PC, I would use VATSpy, and as you can see, not only does it show all the pilots, but it shows the controllers. So there am I, that circle, and then all of these are sensor controllers. In fact, this is FS Europe. This is Eurocontrol, which is one controller above flight level 245. Somebody over there, and over here, China. Oh, excuse me. North America is a bit asleep. So not many people flying around there, although it is early in the morning there now, 5 o'clock. Something like that. So that's what I use. I use VATSpy. This that you're looking at is EuroScope, which is for controllers. Although you can download this and observe. You can get all pilots have observer status, and so you can observe. You can go to any airport, observe, and listen. Good morning, Speedy Birdie. Nice to see you. My mic was causing interference. I'm getting used to the radios and just a bit of multitasking and planning ahead. Yeah, it's all about planning ahead and getting everything together. Okay, let's get back to EuroScope, and I'm going to look at it. So over here on the top left, this one here, this is my sector exit list, and any aircraft that would be flying through or leaving my sector, and my sector is with the dark blue bit here. Yeah, so I control all of this dark blue bit up to a flight level 150, any aircraft that would be leaving the sector would show up on that list there. Okay. Then you've got sector inbound list. Okay, somebody's saying they might jump on ground for a bit, and I will say, go ahead. Okay, it's not a problem. Just let me know. Let me know if you do. Okay. So sector inbound list, and that's where they're going to come into the sector and either come into the sector and land at the airports, or come into the sector and then go out. So they may be transitioning through, but they would show up on that sector inbound list. And sometimes I wonder, do I need both exit and inbound? Well, certainly you do, because you want to see who's coming in. Okay. Then over here, this is just METARs for Cardiff and for Bristol and Cardiff. Now, when I click on those, this is the short form, but as I click on it and look down at the bottom, we get the long form. Yeah. So here it's just telling me my ATIS letter, which is Victor, Cardiff Airport, wind is 180 degrees 10 knots, QNH is 1001. That's the short form. The long form, and a pilot may ask for the long form, even though he can listen to the ATIS. He may ask for the long form. So it's Cardiff 28th, which is today's date, 10:50 Zulu, so 10 to 11. Automatic ATIS. Wind is 180 at 10 knots. Visibility is 7,000 meters. There's light rain. It's overcast at 1,300 feet, and then there's cumulus nimbus in the area, and the temperature is 8 and the dew point is 8. So a bit cloudy, bit hazy, bit misty, and the QNH is 1001. Yeah, so short form, long form. Pilots more often than not would just get the short form. Oh, somebody was saying something then. More often than not, pilots will get the short form, and Bristol ground is on. So now I will need to disconnect my Bristol ground. Bear with me 1 second. So I did not. Did I have ground on? Yes, I did. So disconnected. Okay, there we go. Disconnected. Alright, so Bristol ground is now the Bristol ground controller, and that is Mr. Foe, Darren Defoe. I saw his initials DF and I didn't realise it was Darren. Duh. What a dummy, huh? Alright. So, yeah, we discussed METARs, which are there. Then down here, it's just a list of all the aircraft that is about. I can actually make this list a lot bigger. 09 at Bristol. Could be 27. What is the wind speed? Oh, it's no. This is 07. It is quite a crosswind. So yeah, it's Darren and I just trying to determine what 09, sorry, 09. What runway is in use? All airports have a preferential runway, and if the wind is below a certain speed, you would use the preferential runway. So, for example, today the wind at Bristol is almost a direct crosswind. It's 160 degrees, so it is quite a stiff crosswind, and it doesn't matter which runway you'd use, really, but it's favouring 09. Cardiff, the wind is 180. So 180, the runway is 30 in use. Yeah, so that one. So it's quite a, and once again, it's quite a stiff crosswind at Cardiff, so, but you would still use runway 30. So there's an aircraft on the ground at Bristol. Let me show you this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, there he is. Aircraft on the ground. I'll zoom right in. There he is. Easy 94 Lima Papa. You can see here he's obviously got a flight plan in. I'll call that flight plan up. So there we are. The flight plan's at the bottom here. Easy 94 Lima Papa. He was going to Innsbruck. Ooh, good luck. And he's been issued a Wotan 1 Zulu departure. That'll be fun, going into Innsbruck today, because I believe the weather's equally as bad there. So, Darren is a ground controller. He will give him his clearance and taxi him to Alpha X-ray, and then he will pass him to me. And we'll see some fun and games. So we'll come back here. Down here we have a departure list. At the moment there's nothing on the departure list, obviously. Just at the moment, it will be. And over here is a list of, which is the same as that one over there. This shows me pilots. This one shows me all of the controllers that are on at the moment. So you've got Eurocontrol Centre, that's France. Manchester Towers on, Bristol Ground, and then you've got ATIS's. Even though I'm online, I don't see myself in this list, but all the other controllers would see me in that list. You just don't see yourself in that list. A bit confusing, but we get there. Zooming in a little, hang on. So these guys here, these military guys, this is their tag. Now if I was to click on him, yeah, and assume him, the tag changes colour, gives me different information. It shows his route for a short while and then that goes off, because that's the way I've got it set up. He's at flight level 110. He is going to go up to 250. His ground speed is 267. I can, issue headings, which I would do like that. And I can alter certain things about him if I wish. Or I ask him to alter certain things. Oh, now you see that they've gone red, and you probably heard that bing, bing, bing. That means that they're in conflict. Although there's good separation between them, there's good vertical separation, there is horizontal conflicts, flight level 81, 110. So there is good separation. There's over 3,000 feet. Vertical separation that way. But they are going to cross. So that's why they went red. Well, I'll just release him, because I'm not really that interested in them guys. I can't control them anyway, but I was just showing you. There we are. Let's see. Have we got any more questions? VATSPI doesn't update continually either, though. I'll try EuroScope and use it in the way you said as a pilot. Yeah. You download it and just observe. You will only have observer status. Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just unfortunate I haven't got any traffic to control just as yet, but we'll hold on and see if this. Well, 7 Air 1 Romeo Mike is on Bristol ground. Easy 59 Yankee Papa is on the ground, and Easy 94 Lima Papa is on the ground at Bristol. So there's 3 aircraft there. One, although I can only see one of them. I can only see one of them at the moment. Don't know where the other three are. They're supposed to be departing. EC94 Lima Papa. EC94 Lima Papa, okay. Nope. Seven-1 Romeo Mike has got a flight plan file, but I just don't see him on the ground. One. Let's have a closer look at the airport. No, there's one aircraft there. Don't know where the others are. I'm sure they will appear when they're ready. Alright. Could ask Darren. Well, there's EC94 Lima Papa. He's obviously getting ready to taxi or depart. Started squawking Charlie. Oh well. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So, Justin, you've moved house. Is everything okay? Did your house move go all right? Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Didn't sleep very well last night. Got tangled up in my bed. All tangled up. The weather so depressing at the moment. So if anybody's got any questions, Justin, anybody, then just shout them out. Don't forget to share the video wherever you can. We're live on YouTube. And as I say, if there's any questions, then holler and I'll try and answer them. See how my video's doing. So the release day videos, views have gone up on that a little bit, and yesterday's video is up to 465. Some days. Okay. I have to have a close look at that, I think. Any build, without any doubt. Ah, there we go. Sneaky. I thought that's what had happened. They took off, and now they come online. So let's I don't know. Right. Okay, so Mr. Adams doesn't want ATC control. That's fine. And so he took off from Bristol and then didn't bother with. He took off from Bristol offline, and then when he was above my flight level, he came online then. Poses the question, why bother? For some reason I can't get his route off now. Let me check. Quick set. Oh, ow. Other set. General settings. I don't want his route on permanently. That's strange. That's strange because it's left his route on, and I don't want it to leave his route on. I want it to get rid of his route. Maybe it happens when he leaves my sector. There we go, got rid of it. Route should only stay on for a while. Right.
Cardiff, very good morning. Easy 94 Lima, Easy 94 Lima Papa, approaching on the point Golf X-ray, and we are fully ready upon reaching.
Easy 94 Lima Papa, good morning, Cardiff Radar. I'm reaching Golf X-ray. Surface wind is 170 degrees 11 knots. Line up and wait, runway 09.
Comprimento line Puma 09, Easy 94 Lima Papa.
Wow. It nearly burst my eardrums then when he first came on. I had my headset up too loud. So. So let's assume him. Assume. Okay. Oops. Got his tag. So he's now with me. Easy 94 Lima Papa. Surface wind is 170 degrees 11 knots. Runway 09 clear takeoff.
Clear for takeoff runway 09, Easy 94 Lima Papa.
So here we go. He's going to depart. Let's Google because I want to. I don't think that's the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. Barton Airport, lovely airport. Easy 94 Lima Papa, report passing altitude.
Passing 2,400 feet.
Easy 94 Lima Papa, continue climb altitude 6,000 feet.
Continue to climb altitude 6,000, Easy 94 Lima Papa.
Oh, excuse me. Right. As soon as I get this guy up to flight level, I will be disconnecting because there's not an awful lot of traffic around. And I've got a couple of jobs to do then. A couple of domestic duties, as we call them. Everybody has them. Everybody has them. It's not something we can get out of, unfortunately. Gosh. Kenneth? Easy 94 Lima Papa, route direct Kenneth.
Direct to Kenneth, Easy 94 Lima Papa.
And continue climb flight level 150.
And data climb level 150, Easy 94 Lima Papa, thanks.
Right, so I've told him to go flight level 150. I will adjust this so that the orange there is what he was filed at, and I will adjust this now to 150. And there we go. So that shows the onward controller that he's been cleared to 150. And here you can see it. Let me zoom in. Here you can see Let me put it there so it's clearer. You can see he's climbing because you've got the arrow that's pointing up. That means he's climbing, and you can see his altitude going up there. He's just going to go through flight level 70 shortly. His ground speed is 308 knots. No, sorry, 307 knots. And that's his heading, speed. And there we have it. Okay, so he's climbing flight level 150. He's heading direct Kennet, because I gave him Kennet over there. Give him a route direct. Save a little bit of time on his way to Innsbruck. Okay, well, that is about it, really. Not what some people find strange about controlling, and I know a number of people who've tried controlling and just not been able to get to grips with it, is that you're actually dealing with a block of 3D space. So you can imagine this area that I've got here, this dark blue area. It's not just flat. It's 3D space. It's a block of 3D space. So when I'm controlling aircraft, I'm controlling aircraft up through that space and down through that space, going in different directions and different levels. And you know, I may be having aircraft taking off from Bristol and landing at Cardiff, or taking off and landing at Bristol, taking off and landing at Cardiff, and I have to control all of that and get it all. It's like that. You can imagine planes doing that kind of thing. It's and some people they find it difficult to deal with 3D space in that sense. Easy 94 Lima Papa, no further ATC, Unicom 122.80. Cheerio.
Over to Unicom, Easy 94 Lima Papa, see you.
There we go. So he's going to Unicom, and I've released his tag, so it's no longer bright green. It goes back to white. And when he gets up to a certain flight level, when he goes above my controlled airspace, when he gets to flight level 200, his tag will disappear, and all we'll see is a dot. And there's a dot down here. So that's an aircraft obviously above flight level 200, so I can't see him. And there's one here that's come into my sector. Well, he hasn't actually come into my sector because he's above flight level 200. My sector is at 150, so he's going down south somewhere. And there's another one up here. See? Above flight level 200. So that's how you kind of know there's aircraft about. There's one there, one down there. He will change to a dot when he gets flight level 200. I could change that actually. So I've got ground to 200. I could have it do not display aircraft above. Let's put it like 160. Yeah, apply. So as soon as he gets to 160, he'll disappear and just become a dot. Or he should have done. There he is, see? There he goes, he's a dot. Takes a little while for VATSIM to update, but yeah, a couple of seconds later and there he is. So I don't see aircraft above flight level 160. My flight level goes up to 15. Okay, so there you have it. Right, everybody, hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how long I was on there for. A bit longer than anticipated. But yeah, EuroScope, VATSIM controlling. So we'll see you all soon. I shall disconnect now from the network. So we go disconnect, and then up here disconnect, and now I am disconnected. It's all gone. Are you sure to exit? Yes. Have a good day, Darren and Justin. We'll see you soon. Anybody else who's watching, and of course if you're watching this in the future, cheerio. And the video will be up on YouTube. So bye bye. he says. Logging out. Cancel. Don't need to do that. Save, 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 save. Okay, there we go. Definitely. Bye-bye.